When it comes to the Supreme Court, it seemed like they weren't even taking Second Amendment cases for a while. Now, that's almost everything they're looking at has something to do with the Second Amendment. There's a new case coming in the Supreme Court that has to do with your ability to buy ammo without passing a background check. Now, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Victory Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, for not only supporting our channel, but supporting our car channel, giving us a ton of automobile content that I highly recommend. If you have not subscribed to our car channel, that link is below. But they're also a great sponsor because they feed the hungry. They support battered women. They are a Christian organization that walks the walk, and that's why they're a great sponsor. I'm going to put the link below. You can buy a car. They do deliver. So the Supreme Court has really been very standoffish when it comes to Second Amendment issues, but they're taking up a few cases lately. The most recent one that they are looking at that experts say they will have to take up is in California when it comes to having to pass a background check every time you buy ammunition. You have to go through a background process just to buy a simple box of ammo. Even though you went through the process to buy your gun, they expect you to go through the process every time you feed that gun now. Well, as it turns out, a federal judge said, no, this is anti-constitutional. You can't do this. It violates the Second Amendment. However, and that was a huge victory for California. However, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said, no, we're going to put a stay in this order. Because of that, the Supreme Court is going to have to take up this case. Many experts in the Ninth Circuit, as well as federal judges around this country, are saying, well, now you're kind of going to have to see it. So the Supreme Court most likely will be taking up this case that ultimately this particular case revolves around an Olympic shooter who is in California, and every time she buys ammo, and she goes through a lot of ammo, being a professional shooter and all for the U.S. Olympic team, every time she goes and buys ammo, she has to pass a background check. And it has caused delays. Many times she has not been able to practice or compete because of delays. And this is the problem. Not the delays, but the fact that they're doing this in the first place. So she filed suit, made it to federal court. They said, yes, you are right. This is anti-constitutional, anti-Second Amendment. And now the Court of Appeals, Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, has said, no, we're going to put a stay on this. So you still have to pass a background check in California while the Supreme Court takes a look. I do believe that they will be announcing that they will be taking up this case very soon in their next session. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight, especially that insight you might have, definitely put that below. It's important that we get to a place in America where a man or woman does not have to pass a background check to buy ammunition. It's nonsense. Any thoughts or insight? Put it below. I would like to take a moment and say most people watch this channel. They're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It's free, and it greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. So never, ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.